Hello, everyone. Marty Chinesky along with my good friend Ken Brown. George is coaching track for the middle school. He will not be here for about a month. Pressure's on there, Mr. Brown.
They got to win the tournament? They got to win the meet?
No, all his meets are on Wednesday. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, so he won't. Pressure's on you.
Okay, no
to
pressure.
fill his shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, today is April 28th, 2021. And a couple of things, everyone. Wear your mask until you get your shot. They're giving out vaccines. Wayne County Community College on Northline, Flat Rocks, Myers, CVS, Ford Field. You can line up anywhere and get a shot. Ken, you'd be first in line for that, right?
Yes.
Good answer. Good answer. So how you been? You 2 weeks there. You had a busy last week. Couldn't make it.
Yeah. No, man. I love this time of year, right? There's 2 times a year that I really, really like. And one is football when you can smell it in the air. And that's early September. And then baseball, man. You get an 80-degree day and it rains the next day and it's 40. It's baseball season.
Yeah, because there was snow on the ground last Wednesday. And today, you could have went shirtless today. It was nice out. Definitely. About 80 degrees today.
So no, I like that. And I guess I'll just start that. You asked me how I've been doing, man. I feel great because I actually had the opportunity to go and see some kids play softball over the last couple weeks. And they did well and it was good. I guess it's a trying time because, we coached Little League for how long, right? Mm-hmm. And so now these are the last kids that I coached in Little League that are playing at Detroit Renaissance, Detroit Cass Tech and things like that. So it's good to see them.
So are they playing them all in the right positions?
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah, okay. They're playing. They filled out. It's good. Like I said, it's just good to see the girls compete this year, so I'm happy to dig into it.
Yeah, since they got stuck last year. I got little information on the Wyandotte Rec Men's Softball League. 0 teams attended the meeting, which is a shame. Apparently there will be no men's recreational softball beer league, as they call it. There will be no beer league in the evenings here this year in Wyandotte. That's too bad.
You think that'll pick up games of softball in the local parks or something?
Maybe. I don't know. Can you get 18 guys together? That's always tricky.
Yeah, you're right. Right field's out. This is the last week that you can rent the ice over at the Yak Arena.
Oh, yeah, it's about that time. And then they usually shut it down for parties, indoor parties, but I'll bet that's kind of...
Yeah, they don't have any flea markets this year. The building can hold 375 people if they were to have an event, and it didn't make sense, I guess, financially to do it, so they're not going to do the flea market this year.
Yeah, because that spring fling would always be like they'd get live bands in there, set a stage up on one end, and, yeah.
Yeah, there's no beers, there's no none of that going this year, so...
I understand that the street, the art fair is still on, and I understand that the bands and the beer in the back is not going to be on. And why else is there a reason to go to the street fair? Not that I condone that type of activity, but, the band and hanging out and seeing everybody you haven't seen in a year in that back area by the water. First of all, it's beautiful back there. Yeah. And a cocktail or two and live music always makes it better.
Yeah, but you still want to support local business.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
The Knights of Columbus... or the JCs, I'm sorry, they sell the beer. They make the money off of that. It's a huge fundraiser for them. That and their haunted house, that's how they get their, that's how they get their thing to give money to those that need it.
And both of those events, I'm sure, are going to be in jeopardy just based on that. Those are events that you have to have a lot of people to make it make sense.
The haunted house. Little League's Braves had over 300 kids sign up. That's pretty good. As coaches of the Braves, me and you, 20 teams for sure. They're going to get going May 27th. Maybe we can get Mike Mahalik in here and talk about since he got thrown the reins. Steve Oborn stepped down and Mike was next in line.
No, I think that's a good choice with Mike. I think we should get him in, just talk about Little League and how's it going and what can the community do to help, these little league teams prosper or whatnot.
Yeah, because I'm sure they go through the money on just dirt. I mean,
Yeah.
really. I mean, just that and everything else. And I don't know if they could run the concessions and all that, how it's going to work.
Man, you know how much money we spent just coaching, whether it's water and equipment and bats. I mean, you're in it for the love. So that's good that Wyandotte, to me, has a great city program.
We had our bowling banquet last Tuesday, and that's one thing I did not mention to anybody, the money I put into for those girls. I have it. I have extra. The school pays me.
Yeah.
If a girl needs a bowling ball and they can't afford it, okay, I've got connections. I can get them wholesale.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me say that,
I
though.
know what you're saying.
And I get them drilled in the guy's basement, and we're good to go. I'll take care of them. I'll try to get them the bug. So what else is going on? What do you know about our high school baseball and softball teams? It's hard to find information on them.
Yeah, the high school baseball was really tough in some of the ads that we looked at, but I did find good information about some of the local softball teams, like the Riverview Pirates, who are 6-5 right now. Riverview actually beat Woodhaven 8-3.
Wow.
They lost to Woodhaven 12-2, so they split. And then Riverview lost to Allen Park 11-3. But the Pirates are on the upswing. They had like 2 wins in a row at the end of the week, and so they're looking good. Wyandotte lost to Trenton 8-1. I know you guys did that last week, but they got Etzel Ford. They had Etzel Ford this week, and then they played Woodhaven on the 26th. So we'd be anxious to get those scores in and see what's going on. But I think one of the sleepers in the Don River League is Trenton. They're 10-2. They've been scoring a bunch of runs. They beat Wyandotte 8-1. They beat Monroe 13-5, and they beat Monroe Catholic Central 12-2. So you're looking at a team that can score some runs, and then you're dangerous when you can get some runs up.
And Trenton, last Thursday, kicked off a new era. They got brand new fields. They got synthetic infields on there, the turf on the infield. The outfields are still grass.
Okay.
And yes, Allen Park went in there and Christian that field, beat them 12-8. And that was Trenton's first league loss.
Yeah.
And they're 4-1 in the 3-1 in the league. Allen Park's 4-1, and the boys too. The boys got a grass infield on their large diamond too. So what that basically allows, it allows them to play when it rains.
Yeah.
Because it's going to drain, and as long as the outfielders can stand in the puddles, no one cares.
Yeah.
But the infielders got to have a dry ball.
No.
So that works out good. No bad hops.
Yeah, well, fast. It's coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming at you quick.
And if it's wet, it's skipping at you. It's not going to bite.
No, I think that's great. Anything we can do in Michigan to increase the chances of playing during this rainy April, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at next week's weather, and like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's a week out, but they're showing rain like most of the week. We'll see. April's ending, though.
You're talking about Lincoln Park softball. What about their baseball team? What did they do? Phenomenal.
They just had a great matchup. Gibraltar Carlson's got a great program. They've had a great program. Lincoln Park's been struggling, but Lincoln Park's 4-7 on the year. Carlson 6-6. They were both on 3-game losing streaks, and Lincoln Park went in there and beat them 7-3. And the 2 pitchers for Lincoln Park, Evan McIntyre and Gavin Hampton, combined for 18 strikeouts. Okay, that's and they had 6 of the team's 15 hits. With the starting pitcher, McIntyre, he struck out 11, and he was 4 for 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and the other guy struck out 7 and went 2 for 2 with 2 walks.
Man, I love to have those kids on my fantasy team.
Yeah, there you go, fantasy. So they, it's nice when you get one game and you win it like that. It gives the team hope next time they take the field. If you're constantly getting pounded, it's hard. It's hard to show up. It's hard to show up for each week, even though kids want to play. but you just know their innards are saying, "Here we go again."
Yeah.
You know?
But I think it's nice to have a Batman and Robin, right? So if you got somebody to feed off, so this kid's 4 for 4, I see him hitting, I want to hit.
Leadoff kid too.
And I can't wait for him to get on base, still second. Maybe I can get him over on this. No, it's that time of year. Yeah.
And in soccer, the only thing I could find on the Wyandotte team was they lost to Trenton last Wednesday when we had our show, 7-0. They had a hat trick in Trenton from Claire Gagne. Roosevelt's 1-2 in the league, and Trenton improved to 2-0-1 in the league. I think Trenton tied Woodhaven 1-1, and that's where the tie came in. But I'm not sure.
Just doesn't seem like they have the same amount against 7. Are they playing regularly? Are they missing a lot? Is there a lot of games canceled?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to find information. I gotta start calling the. I gotta call the Saint.
Or they can call.
Oh yeah, local sports wrap up at email email us with your results. We'll get them on the show. That'll work. Hey, a little what's the right word going on in Trenton? Controversy or?
Yeah, I think it's a little controversial.
The school board's going to investigate a controversial hiring of a new varsity football coach. Now, this is interesting. The controversy began Friday night. Mike Hawkins, who recently resigned from his school board position, well, he was selected as the new head football coach. Now, Bob Charnecki just retired after 30 years as the football coach in Trenton, and Aaron Sadecki was one of his longtime assistant coaches. Now, a lot of people think you move into that position. Well, Bill Miller, he's also a Trenton resident who's been coached varsity, junior varsity, Division III college. The guy's coached the NAIA college, Division I college. He was probably an assistant coach. He was a front runner for the job too. Now they had a committee picking this guy. You know, Miller and Sadecki both have a history in coaching. You know, where Hawkins' experience rests in Little League and Little League alone. So it's interesting. They were both snubbed for a guy with no high school coaching experience. Now the school board's going to get their nose involved in a decision that, whether you agree or disagree, I don't know if the school board's the right people to get involved. But obviously these guys, these lifers, think they're next in line.
Sure.
I don't know. I can't pick a side on this one. I mean, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts on this?
I guess I don't think that it's a travesty that the Little League guy got a chance, especially if he has a tight Little League program that is the feeder to that high school. And then he has built a relationship with those kids that are coming to that high school and their families coming up. I don't know the exact situation there. But if that's the case, that's kind of how we grew up. You know, the police played a part to keep you out of trouble, and then they worked with you through Little League, and then they got you to high school, and then they followed you. If the policeman actually moves to the high school, so you know things are kind of kosher as far as how the kids are acting and their graduating rate and all that, and he's got a whip program in Little League, I think that's a logical step to go from Little League to high school. I don't think that you have to look for a Division III champion to be your high school football coach.
And I'll say this, if they are, these two other coaches have been with the program and he retains them, if they don't blow a gasket and say, I'm not going to, if he's there, I'm gone, if they want to continue to feed the program, I think it'll almost be nothing will miss a beat, you know, because if his assistants are there now, the assistants start mouthing off that they should be in charge to these little kids, which I don't think any adult in their right mind would take it out on the kids. I certainly wouldn't. You certainly wouldn't. But I just don't.
He needs to bring his own staff.
You believe that?
Yeah. And maybe that's where the experience comes from. He's got a guy that's been an offensive coordinator in high school for 25 years. Yeah, I have no experience, but he has 25 years. My defensive coordinator's been here for 32 years. He has the experience in that. He played at the University of Miami. I mean, you're going to build your stable. You're not just going to get Ned or someone from the liquor store to help you. That's my thought, but.
I like that. Yeah, that's and you're right about the other point, the well-made point about if he's running the Little League football program, which is the freshman JV varsity, and it's 6 years of kids, and he's ran a tight ship over there, and Trenton solid every year down there, and you're teaching them basically fundamentals down there. If he's running that solid program and he put his app in, and they want to take a chance on him, you got to. Everyone deserves their first shot. Okay, if you don't get your first shot, now how he comes about it, you're always every decision is gonna.
Second guess.
I umpired for 13 years. Every decision I made 50% of the people upset.
Yeah.
Okay? Every ball and strike, bang, strike. What? That was low. Ball. Oh man, that was right there. Every so a decision like this obviously is gonna, I'm not waffling, but they took the guy that they think's right for the job. Now we shall see. He loses the first game, and then Lucy got some explaining to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir. No, I love it. I was trying to see if we had an idea what Trenton's record was last year. I don't recall what exactly, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to be watching. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I'm rooting for the Little League coach.
Are you?
Yeah. Because we're Little League coaches.
I know.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I loved that whole process. I took my kid through 14 years old, and then I jumped on my daughter's team and took them to 14 years old, and then watched them get to middle school. And the good thing was we still got to play them after middle school. It's when they hit high school that you got to, stop. But, yeah, had some good kids. We had some great wiffle ball games in my backyard.
It's the bond, it's the connecting with families and as well as the kids and seeing their interests, and they're doing positive things when they're with you. So,
yeah, because a lot of times you end up with kid gets dropped off for the 2 hours you're going to have them.
That's right.
And the parents are trusting you to, my goal as a coach. I don't know your theory at it, but I would evaluate them all for the first 3 weeks, and then try to put them in a position where you wouldn't kill them. You can't put the kid who can't catch at third base. You got to just put them in a position where they're going to help the team and they're not going to hurt themselves.
Yeah, you can't put them at third base no matter what because you don't want them to get hurt on your watch.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I used to yell at them off for not wearing their cages, and they never would wear their cages. Those girls never understood it.
Because I could catch. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. What else we got here?
Girls tennis, the regionals. It's going to be next week, the 8th of May at noon, high noon. You got Carlson in that. You got Lincoln Park, Riverview, Gabriel Richard, Southgate, Trenton, Wyandotte, and Ypsilanti, Lincoln.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's coming up. Next week we'll have maybe where it's at. But it's definitely May 8th at noon.
Next week already.
Yeah, it's next Saturday. Yeah.
Season's already about to end. And, these baseball teams have got 12 games in, some of them. Softball teams, too. Interesting. Season coming to a close before we know it.
Yeah, well, the school season's coming, to an end, too. So,
We had a couple of kids. Last week we talked to a couple of kids signing letters of intent. We've got a handful more that these kids can get their names on TV. Woodhaven senior Gianna Cartret recently signed to play softball at Jackson College.
Yeah.
Good for her. Woodhaven was solid in softball. Heck, you could take that whole team and spread them around Michigan because they don't lose much.
If that's Jackson College in Michigan, I think they started their program about 3 years ago where they let people come on campus and live. And that's a phenomenal opportunity, Jackson Community College. I mean,
yeah.
You keep playing as long as you can. Congratulations.
Yeah, I agree with that. I played hardball as long as I could.
I'll do the next one. Southgate Anderson Senior Brooke McClure recently signed on to play soccer at the University of Michigan Dearborn.
Nice.
So she that's good, and her parents should be able to go see her because that's right behind Fairlane, I think,
Yes,
is where
yes.
they play. So yeah.
And one thing about U of M Dearborn, she wouldn't have to. They also have room and board there now.
Yeah.
You know, that they didn't have before. Nice facility as far as everything. The ice rink there is deluxe. You know, it's got 2 sheets. You know, they got on the other side's the volleyball.
And that's
you know,
dope,
it's
yeah.
a deluxe. And another Southgate Anderson senior, Jordan Hunt, recently signed on to play hockey at Adrian College. Jordan Hunt is a female playing female hockey at Adrian College.
All right.
Yeah, that's good for her.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you can't, I mean, if you're playing something you love, go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Woodhaven senior Lauren Ray recently signed on to play volleyball at Siena Heights. So she'll be still spiking and setting kind of close too, so that's good.
Where does Siena Heights, you know?
Adrian area.
Oh, okay.
It's like right there around the corner from that Adrian College.
Football player Allen Park's Max Alvarez, he recently signed on to play football at Lawrence Tech University. Now there's another school that started, actually a lot of these Division II or 3 schools, whatever they are, I think it's 3, Lawrence Tech. They made a conscious decision about 12 years ago to start having sports teams. A team like Lawrence Tech would not have a sports team 15 years ago, any of them.
Right.
And they couldn't get the bodies. Okay, now by having a football team, that's 50 more kids enrolled in your program.
Sure.
It cost you money to have a football team. That's why they have bowling. That's why they have a lot of other things to get the bodies.
Yeah.
You couldn't get the bodies, 15 years ago, and all these Division III and MIIA made decisions to have these sports teams, U of M Dearborn, to get these kids somewhere to play.
I ride by, I had some classes at Lawrence Tech, do the black belt classes or whatever, but they got a beautiful stadium, and it sits off the Lodge Freeway or whatnot. It's cool. It seems like a college type of experience, So I love it. I love it being close to here.
Yeah, he's been recruiting. I know the coach for the bowling team. He's been recruiting some of the top talent downriver, to bowl, and they've got a strong female bowling team and a strong male bowling team. Lillian could have bowled 2 years ago, but she had to live there, and she wasn't going to live there. She was going to commute.
I got you.
So she wasn't able to bowl for them, unfortunately. Where are we at?
I got the next one. Allen Park senior Brendan Stevens recently signed on to play football at Michigan Tech, which is UP. That's in the UP. He's going to get snow. He's going to get snow.
Some. Just the only difference between their snow and our snow, it's the same white stuff, but they measure it in feet up there. Down here, they measure it in inches.
Right.
They measure it. We're getting 2.5 today. No. Oh, that's that all? Just 2.5?
No, that would be fun to play football in the snow.
Yeah, it always was. Always was. Allen Park Cabrini senior Caitlin Dresba signed on to bowl at Siena Heights. Don't know anything about her. I don't recall Cabrini being at any of the small tournaments we attended. They had to limit the amount of teams.
Sure.
But I'm sure she's proficient with the bowling ball.
Must be.
Or else she wouldn't be signed.
Yeah. Allen Park senior David Cagle recently signed on to play football at Concordia University. Concordia's in Ann Arbor, so it's
a nice facility, too.
Very nice.
I think U of M's got a little something to do with Concordia. I think there's some boosters is the word? Yeah. Or alumni. There's some alumni that got Concordia started because there's some money in that place. We've done softball tournaments there.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Even if you think about the landscape of Lawrence Tech as well as like Concordia, they bring a beautiful product, on so that these people can be successful and they can get a real college football experience. A Saturday at Concordia football is awesome. It is. Ride by one day. It's nice.
Oh, I've been up there and saw the facility. I mean, we've done enough softball tournaments up there, and the football stadium's right there. And it's deluxe. It's clean. It's deluxe. Everything looks brand new. You know, I'd love to be in college again.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So we got about 5 minutes to go here. What else is going on? They're giving out free food again. I announced this last week. April 30th, this Saturday, go to the Yak. Pick up a box of food. 9 to 11. All right, get your free food, and then 2 weeks later on the 14th of May, get your free food there. And you just pull up, just need to pull up, get a box of food. Don't have to prove anything.
Yeah. I think one thing to note about the Wyandotte softball is that they play May the 3rd and May 5th next week. So hopefully we'll get some information from those games, and maybe I'll go to that Allen Park. They play Allen Park on the 3rd, and maybe I'll put that on my little to go do thing. And I'd love to see.
If you're at home schooling that day, you can sneak out.
Yeah, that homeschool is something different.
Get a hold of us, coaches. Get a hold of us, localsportswrapup@gmail.com. It would be great to, anytime one of your kids does something great, we'll talk about it. We like the fact that they want to hear their names. A kid strikes out, team strikes out 18 kids, somebody should know about it.
And we should talk about it. Yeah, and definitely let them know. I mean, even if you're doing the math, 18 strikeouts.
It's only 21 outs. Okay.
Doing something
when
right.
we umpired, it was how fast can we get 42 outs? Okay. They don't pay me by the hour. Okay. They pay me by the game.
No,
we're not looking for outs. Don't get the wrong impression.
Not at all.
Only threw 2 coaches in 13 years. And the one wanted to get thrown. He thought it would fire his team up. The other one deserved it.
That's right. But no, I'm glad. I'm glad that baseball's here and the air is getting clean and it's May and it's time to get out and watch it. You know, wear your mask.
Yep, everybody's got to do that. Get your shots too so we can get back to normal. Pro teams. Tigers won a game yesterday in Chicago. I actually watched some of it. The Red Wings were 0-0 through regulation. That was a game to bet the under. The sports betting online is intriguing to me. I've only dabbled in the golf. I haven't dabbled in anything else. I know you like to dabble. Our cameraman likes to dabble. What intrigues me is the fact that if you're in the lead and your team's not winning, they'll pay you a percentage of what you're supposed to get. I find that very intriguing.
Yeah.
Have you bid on that, or do you just let the game go?
If I'm watching the game, it's different because then I can see what the balance of the game, how it's going. But normally I'm a rider, so I'll ride it out. I wouldn't take my shortcuts.
Yeah, sometimes it's almost 85% of what you would get.
Yeah. So now I want you to look too. This weekend is Kentucky Derby.
Ah, yes. Ah, the horses.
Kentucky Derby.
Gotta love feeding the horses.
Yeah.
I got a couple buddies that one guy owns one, and I call it feeding the horses. He's always betting the horses.
Yeah.
You got to feed the horses.
That's right.
You got to feed the horses.
So, yeah. Maybe I'll get you some odds.
I go to the track. I bet my daughter's birthday, 327.
Can't go wrong.
Can't
I like
go
it.
wrong. It comes in every now and then. If you're lucky and you're on it, I can't handicap those things. I got a buddy who does the trotters. It's like everything's like a batting average, so you can figure it all out. But the Derby's a lot of fun. I think they're going to limit that attendance.
Yeah, the attendance is going to be down, but they are going to run all the races so far, so that's good, you know.
And people that have gone there all day, they have races where the horses has never won a race. They're all together in a race. Yeah. It's wild stuff.
Somebody's going to win.
So as we wrap up, localsportswrapup@gmail.com. Watch us on YouTube. Ken, always a pleasure. We should get together more often.
Yeah.
And George won't be back for a while. Us two will see you next week. Maybe we'll have Mike Mahalik with us. I'll have to email him and see what he's doing. So I'm Marty Chinesky, Ken Brown. Hi, Mom, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.